everybody. It's Chris Eads, and on the line is Wootini. Here's another Gay Gamer video podcast. This week, like everyone else, I went to the movies to see Deadpool and Wolverine. And before I saw that one, I made a point of rewatching Deadpool and Deadpool 2, and they weren't as funny as I remembered them being. I was surprised at how, like, serious they got. They like... And it kind of annoyed me because I was like, no, I just want it to be like irreverent, funny, fourth wall breaking, winking at comic book tropes. And yet they're like, no, we also want to do a serious, emotional story about this character who has depth and nuance. And I'm like, no, it's just Deadpool. Make fun of shit. Like, that's it. And kill people and be gory and curse a lot. That's it. That's all we want. So I was just like, wow, these weren't as funny as I remembered. Like, they're still kind of funny, but there's a lot of serious crap in there that I didn't remember them being quite so serious and earnest and heartfelt and emotional. And it just feels weird and out of place. So that was kind of annoying. They, again, try to get, in Deadpool Wolverine, they also tried to get emotional and, have some depth and nuance to the characters and whatever. But I didn't find it as obtrusive in the first as it was in the first two, because there's a whole lot of like multiversal shenanigans going on. It's like, the Fox X-Men universe is merging with the Disney Marvel universe, and chaos ensues. And the chaos is super funny and fun, and it's, unfortunately, it gets bogged down in that kind of, superhero movie bloat, where it's like a 2-hour experience instead of a 90-minute or an hour and 45. It feels long. It feels a little drawn out. And there's spectacle, so it's fine. And I will say that it sort of gets by on like the cameos and the references and all the fan service and everything for the various Marvel universes, and it has a lot of fun with all of that. And I have to say that as a big nerd, I fell for it, loved it. I was with the audience as certain things were happening and we're going, oh my God, oh, what? Oh, so yes, I feel like technically it's probably not a great movie, but as a nerd, I enjoyed it. All of the references and cameos and whatnot. So, like, I know that it's maybe not great, but as a nerd, I couldn't say no. I fell for it. I'm a sucker, whatever. And because of all of the surprises in it, if you have any interest in seeing Deadpool and Wolverine and have not yet already seen it opening weekend, you need to see that ASAP, because they are going to get spoiled for you. And if you also want the best experience of seeing Deadpool Wolverine, I highly recommend seeing it in IMAX 3D, because the 3D was great. Like, a lot of the opening credits are phenomenal, and there's some fight scenes where they really have a lot of fun with the 3D. Like, clearly the director knew this was getting converted, and he had some fun with the 3D. But also in IMAX 3D, the movie is letterboxed, but it is actually screening at the IMAX ratio. So when things come out of the screen, they actually break out of the bars and fill the rest of that black screen on the IMAX screen. So there's a lot of frame breaking, which is a lot of fun and really adds to the whole 3D effect. And it was tremendous, and I was very impressed. So that is the, I think, ideal way to see Deadpool Wolverine, is in IMAX 3D. So you get all that cool 3D with the frame breaking and everything. It adds a lot. So yeah, highly recommended to comic book nerds. Everyone else, I don't know, you probably won't enjoy it as much. As for games, as I mentioned last episode, I finished Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and I decided I had a week to kill, so I was going to check out the new update in No Man's Sky. And it's supposed to add, like, new biomes, and there's supposed to be, like, floating islands and waterfalls and all this stuff. I didn't see any of that yet. I only maybe visited, like, a half a dozen planets. Didn't see anything like that, but I will say that planets that I did explore, they did feel more natural. Like, I felt like the grass wasn't as patchy as it used to be. So that was kind of nice. And of course, there was that day when everything was insane and political, and I said, I need to shut down and ignore social media, and I am going to go explore space. It is my happy place. Except for when you get attacked by pirates randomly, but whatever. So I found this paradise planet, and I was literally just walking around this paradise planet, just taking it all in. I sat down on a beach, and yes, the new water physics are lovely. But that was about it. I will also say that unfortunately, revisiting No Man's Sky, because I haven't played it in a long time, it reminded me that my game is broken. Because I found an Atlas station, and I was like, oh look, an Atlas station. So I went inside because I know I'm missing one of the Atlas recipes. And all it did was say, hey, do you want to finish the game? And I was like, no, I don't want to reset the simulation again. Like, what the hell? Like, give me that recipe that I'm missing that's making me unable to complete other things in this game. Because I couldn't do the living ship because I had already finished the Atlas quest and gone to a new universe or galaxy or whatever. So I was in this new galaxy, so I couldn't do the living ship quest because it needed a location. I had to go to a location in the previous galaxy, and I couldn't do that. So I was like, well, I'm fucked. And then there was the new robot race, the autophage or whatever they're called. And I did the whole thing where you build a settlement and you have to fight these big mechs, and it's so annoying, and I don't like combat in my No Man's Sky. It's supposed to be exploration. So, but I did the combat because that was part of the storyline and the mission, and I did everything that was required in order to get the autophage race to spawn in my game, and I never encountered them ever. Why? Because apparently the game doesn't think I finished the Atlas quest, even though I totally did, and I reset the simulation, but I'm missing one of the recipes, and I went into that Atlas station hoping, oh, maybe I can get that missing recipe, but no, it was like, no, do you want to reset the simulation again? And I was like, no, thank you. I'll just keep exploring, I guess. I don't know what else to do, because I can't do these missions that they keep adding to the game because I can't complete them, because you need to have completed the Atlas quest. But I did. But the game doesn't think I did. So I'm like, what the F? So that's what happens when you have a big, open, procedurally generated game. There's bugs galore, and my game is broken. And yes, I could start a new game and do it all properly, and maybe this time it'll all come out okay. But Jesus Christ, no. Like, that's the idea of, after all these years and like over 300 hours of gameplay, to go back to the beginning and start a new game with like a shitty ship with no inventory space. Like, oh God, no. That would be awful. I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think I could take it. So I will just keep exploring and not doing any of the missions that they keep adding to the game. Womp womp. Also, as I mentioned, I was going to borrow a new game. And at the end of the week, my friend and I traded games. I lent him a couple games, and he lent me The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. Which I love the art style of it. It's so cute. It's like little dolls in a little diorama. The depth of field is so cute. The blurriness. It's a great graphic style. I love it. And he was like, oh, I have that. I'll lend it to you. I was like, oh, great. So I am playing Link's Awakening. And it's, except I can't really talk about it yet because, I only got it on Friday night, and then Saturday I was very busy and I went to the movies. So, and I'm filming this on Sunday. So I've only played it for maybe a half an hour. So all I can say is that the graphics are super cute. It's old school Zelda top-down style, and so far it's fun. It's a little, frustrating trying to figure out oh, right, I have to do this and then that. Because I don't remember it, because I had it for my Game Boy back in the day, but it's been decades, so it's like I'm playing it for the first time. So, I basically did the forest. Now I'm in the beach cave, that first cave. It's the first real dungeon. and I'm working my way around there, and I'm not finished yet. I'm still in the middle of it, but I'm doing what I can, and the problem is that I don't remember it, so I can't say, oh, this is where I have to do this. So I was like, wait, what do I have to do here? Because there's all this stuff that like I can't do yet. I'm like, oh, I can't get over there because I don't have the hook shot, and oh, I can't do this because I can't get over here because I don't have the strength to move these stones. So I'm like, like there's gonna be a lot of backtracking clearly. So it's a little frustrating trying to figure out where to go because I can't do everything yet, and I'm still just getting started. So come back next episode, and I'll have a lot more to say about the Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening remake on the Switch, and I'll maybe have seen another movie or played some more No Man's Sky, or who knows. You'll have to come back and find out. Bye!